I'm Deanne.
And I'm Teresa.
And this is video number 1 of our new YouTube channel, PBCrescendo, or Plant-Based Crescendo, encouraging all to do a crescendo of plant foods in your diet for your health. Just briefly, I would like to explain that my degree was in nutrition back in the 1970s, but I found out back then that doctors were not interested at all in nutrition, so I was a little disillusioned with the field, so didn't work in nutrition.
And I have a degree in nursing. I went back to school after about 7 years and I got a degree in chemical engineering. And I've worked for the medical device industry as an engineer for the past 22 years. So my whole working career has been in the medical field.
And just briefly, health benefits that I've had from 7 years of eating whole food, plant-based, many. But the biggest is a reversal of an autoimmune disease. I had Hashimoto's, or low thyroid, which is autoimmune, and I started becoming aware by reading on various websites that people were able to reverse low thyroid. So long story short, which we will cover in a future video, I convinced my doctor to let me get off my medication, and about 6 months later I had a blood test and I no longer needed medication. So my doctor was wrong when she had told me that I would be on medication for low thyroid the rest of my life.
And I too was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and my nurse practitioner started me on levothyroxine. It's also called Synthroid. And so I had been on it for a couple of years, and after meeting Deanne, I got the encouragement from her to try going off of it, and I did. It was scary at first, and I had my TSH checked 2 years in a row, and it was at the very high end of normal. But I'm happy to say that this past January, when I had my TSH checked, it was in the mid-range of normal. I would have never dreamed that I could have gotten off my levothyroxine, and I too was told that I'd be taking it for the rest of my life.
So we think there's a lot of diseases, chronic disease, that we're not learning from our doctors that it is reversible. Future topics for our YouTube channel, PBCrescendo. Nutrition 101. We will explain macronutrients and micronutrients and talk about antioxidants and phytonutrients and fiber, etc. After about maybe 10 or 20 videos, you will probably know more about nutrition than 99% of the population.
We'll also talk about protein, because one of the most often asked question is, where do you get your protein if you eat so many fruits and vegetables? So we will dive into that, and you'll be so well equipped with answers that you will be able to answer anybody.
And why inflammation is to be avoided, and how you can do that through an anti-inflammatory diet. Inflammation is at the root cause of most chronic disease, maybe all chronic disease.
And we'll talk about how you can also reverse many of these diseases. You will be able to reverse 80% of your chronic disease if you try to adopt more whole foods, plant-based. And diseases like heart disease, autoimmune diseases, type 2 diabetes, it's one diet, a lot of whole foods, plant-based, to treat all of the same problems.
It seems almost miraculous to hear that you could reverse disease, but according to the doctors that we follow, they are helping their patients reverse all kinds of diseases. And another topic, why we follow World Health Organization nutrition guidelines much more than we would follow the USDA nutrition guidelines. No politics involved with the World Health Organization guidelines. So that's it for video number 1.
Well, tell us if you liked it or didn't like this, and we'll be back again. Thank you.